What's up, y'all? Manny Carrera, your real estate resource, and this is episode number 18 of Whiskey Wednesday podcast sessions, where we sit with entrepreneurs, influencers, movers, and shakers over a glass of some fine whiskey. Today, my friends, we're gonna take a break from Balcones and we're gonna kick it over to Basil Hayden's. This is actually a new bottle that just came out, Dark Rye, and it's freaking pretty good. I'm gonna be asking my guest what she thinks about it right now, but today I'm gonna be joined by my special guest, Christina. She's the owner of Barbella Apparel, women's fitness clothing line here in El Paso. Christina, how are you?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Cheers.
Cheers.
So tell me a little bit about what you think about this whiskey. Basil Hayden's is actually one of my favorites.
You know what? This is really good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a whiskey drinker?
Not usually, but I like rum, and whiskey and rum are kind of similar.
Yeah,
they're both
kind
dark
of.
liquors, and so I like it.
You said you like coconut though, right?
I like coconut anything.
Yeah, so that's like a Puerto Rican. Have you tried like what is it? Parabay or what is it?
Yeah.
Parabay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so those things are in my head. There's too much sugar.
Really?
Yeah, so
a lot of people say that. Yeah. Like
Cool.
and stuff.
So thanks for coming on. I'm really excited to have you. I know you've been making some noise over the last couple months with your brand and on social media. So I knew we had to get you in and hear a little bit about your story and what you're doing. So let's start off by you telling us a little bit about yourself and telling our audience here, who you are.
Okay, sure. So my name is Christina Quinones. I grew up in Northeast El Paso.
Nice. Northeast, represent.
Represent.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Andres.
Andres, okay, cool.
So kind of a rough upbringing,
Yeah.
but I got through it, and it kind of taught me to work very hard and everything that I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm a full-time nurse.
Awesome.
And I work in critical care, and I'm gonna start school this month actually to be a nurse practitioner.
Nice.
And then I own Barbella Apparel.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're staying busy, huh?
Staying busy, still young, and I kind of want to get everything set that makes sense and
Yeah,
things I want to
definitely.
do.
Of
And then
course.
kind of.
Do you have a family yet?
No, not yet.
No? Okay. So you have the time right now.
I have the
really
time,
grind.
exactly.
So we were talking a little bit pre-podcast, and you have 3 jobs right now, right?
Yes. So I work in an ICU, CCU, so we work with really critical patients
Okay.
full time. So
So you see some crazy stuff.
some crazy stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do that 3 times a week. And then I work at another hospital. It's a long-term acute care. I work there once or twice a month, or basically as need. So if they call me and they're like, hey, we
Kind of
need
like
help.
an on-call type deal?
On-call type thing.
Okay.
So I do that, and then I run Barbella Apparel.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 jobs.
That's
Yeah.
insane. So
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit about, growing up. You said you grew up in Andres, Northeast, right? For those of you that aren't from El Paso, Northeast, what kind of rep do you think Northeast has?
I love the Northeast. I always will. I mean, I'm from there. But it does have the rep for having, gang problems, drug problems.
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up fancy. I grew up starting my life in a 2-bedroom home that my grandfather built on Dyer. So kind of a rough area. If you're from El Paso, you know where Dyer is
So
from.
2-bedroom, do you have any siblings?
Yeah, actually it was kind of crazy. So it was a 2-bedroom house. It was me, my older brother, my aunt, my grandma, my great-grandma, my great-grandpa, and my mom.
Nice.
And my mom was a hustler, so she worked her butt off to buy a house. So she bought a home, and she moved everybody into a bigger, nicer home in the Northeast. So she did that. And I think I get a lot of my work ethic from her. But yeah, growing up, things were a little bit rough. When I was 3, my older brother was murdered in a drive-by shooting.
Wow.
And so,
out here in the Northeast?
In the Northeast, yeah.
Oh, sure.
And so a lot of people don't know that about me, that, I grew up kind of rough. I don't know if people assume that I was spoiled or something, but
Right.
that wasn't the case at all. So, yeah, that kind of set, I guess, my life, because my older brother was a normal kid. He just got into it with the wrong crowd, kind of opened his mouth and told someone off who he shouldn't have told off. And so my mom was really strict, with me growing up. She didn't allow me to go out to parties. She didn't allow me to do a lot of stuff. But with that, she put me in a lot of extracurricular activities. And then when I was 14, I really wanted to work out and get fit.
Yeah.
I had one of my cousins was a trainer, And my mom was always really into fitness, and so she was like, all right, I'll get you a gym membership. So I got a gym membership
14.
when I was 14.
I think I was still getting dropped off at the daycare at 14. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
At the gym, you know. My dad didn't let me work out until I was 16.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He said I was gonna end up short. Still ended up short. What happened?
No, my mom didn't let me party, but in compensation, she was like, all right, you want to work out? Like you go to the gym. That's fine. As long as it keeps you out of the streets, keeps you out of like the house parties, I'm happy with that. And so, yeah, I started working out when I was 14. I didn't think I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
Like I probably needed someone to help me. I would just get on the cardio machines and then do like the circuit machines.
You were kind of just watching.
Just
and
just screwing around, yeah. And so, yeah, I started going to the gym when I was 14. So I've always been into fitness. That's always been a huge thing in my life is fitness and health. Eventually I became a nurse. Again, fitness and health.
Yeah, tied into it.
Telling people.
Was your mom a nurse also? Or?
No, she works in social work, so she does kind of, I guess, work with healthcare, but not really.
Okay.
But I'm the only nurse in the family, medical professional.
Wow.
But,
that's good.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So going forward, I mean, you had that happen with your brother. How old was he, by the way?
He was only 17 years old.
17.
Yeah, so he was a kiddo.
Yeah.
So it was really hard on my family. It kind of, like I said, changed the dynamics. My mom, she always was a good mom. Like she was a single mom, you know, very common in El Paso. But she kind of changed her focus. I think she was really focusing on like working and doing all that, and she
had a lot of people to support,
to try and support.
You said she bought the house as well.
Yeah, she bought the house, and so I think she changed her like what she wanted to do, and she really focused on raising me and my little brother, who was born a year later. And she did a great job. She's a great person, very kind, hard worker, and she really instilled that work ethic into us. My little brother too, he's a workaholic too. So
that's badass.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's always good to have that kind of upbringing, especially, I mean, when circumstances aren't so good, you know, you went through some stuff, and from what it sounds like, it was a little tough growing up. I'm sure privacy even was something really hard to come by in your house.
It really
Two-bedroom,
was.
you know?
You know, my aunt was the same age as my older brother, but when she got old enough, she moved out, and so dynamics changed. But still the Northeast, there's still like a lot of outside factors going on.
Yeah, definitely.
Drugs.
Yeah,
gang problems, stuff like that. But you know, you just kind of have to like look the other way, or just decide where you want your life to lead. You know, knowing what I knew and what happened to my younger brother, I knew what I didn't want out of my life. I know I didn't want to go down that path. Like, no way, you know.
Right.
And I wanted better for myself and for my family. You know, I figured my mom had worked this hard to get us this far. Like, you know, me and my brother can work harder and like bring our family up more. If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think that's something to definitely get motivated by. You know, all those things that happen. It really does push you and make you kind of put things into perspective. Where do you want your life to go? Because it's really easy, I think, you know, especially in the Hispanic tradition, for you to just get caught up and just fall into the same cycle.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And I know for sure, like, I grew up in Lower Valley, which is like kind of like the sisterhood of the Northeast.
Yeah.
And it was tough too. I mean, granted, I think we had a really good life growing up. My parents, I was like the only kid that had his dad and his mom, you know, and everybody that I knew, their parents were divorced, and but both of my parents really worked hard to put food on the table, and not only that, but give my sister and me the things that we wanted, you know. But it still made me want more. I wanted to get out of the Lower Valley, just like that kind of just starts boiling in you.
You want to do better and progress. Yeah,
definitely. So then what happened? What happened after that? Where?
Wow. So I mean, I went to college. I first went to school for multimedia journalism, and I got a degree in that. I worked for a bit. I worked with popsugar.com. This was before it was big. Pop Sugar. It's a like online entertainment. They have entertainment that fitness. They have a bunch of different kind of like pop type of stuff.
Like dance workouts and stuff. Like
that? A lot of stuff like that. And so I worked with them for a bit, and I also
Sosa's really into those.
Really into that, I'm sure. And then I interned at KVA for a bit, but I felt a little lost, and I knew I needed to like do something different. I don't know. I always imagined myself as an entrepreneur, but I figured I would use my multimedia skills with like photography, video editing, all that in an entrepreneurial way.
Right.
But like I didn't know how, and so unfortunate circumstances, my grandmother got sick, and she went to the hospital and she got hospitalized, and so I got to see like what people did for people, what nurses did for people and physicians, and I thought, well, maybe I could work in healthcare. Maybe that's like what I could do. So I looked,
kind of your turning point.
Yeah, it was like a turning point in my life, and so I looked into it, and I found a program, a 1-year program for people who already had a bachelor's degree to get a bachelor's in science nursing, and so I applied, and honestly, that was probably the hardest year of my life. That was a very intense program.
I bet.
Yeah, and so I did it. I graduated, and before I graduated, I got a job working in a cardiac ICU with open heart patients, which is, while I was in school, like I always loved the heart, and the reason why I've always loved fitness, and like so, I loved that. I don't know. We did our little rotations at every unit, and so in that unit, they really focused on teaching patients not only like what caused them to need open heart surgery, but what they can do to keep their arteries open. So like exercise, eat healthy, stuff like that.
Yeah, the education behind.
Yeah, and so
preventing, I guess, right?
Yeah, and so that's where basically I stuck it out for most of my career was in CCU. That's where I work right now, is CCU.
Okay. And how do you like that so far?
I love it.
Yeah.
I do love my job. I love that I can work 3 days a week. I work night shifts, so I work 12-hour shifts, but I always have 4 days off a week, which is great because I like to travel, and like I own Barbella
So you're
Apparel.
on three,
off for 4.
That's cool.
And sometimes
Super
I'll work
jealous
2.
of you.
Yeah.
I'm a 6 out of 7.
Oh wow.
And that's because I just gave myself a day off. Tomorrow's my day off. Whoever wants to hang out. I'm just kidding.
Let's do it. Let's go off road.
But no, that's insane. So who would you say has inspired you to have that entrepreneurial background? You said your cousin was a
personal trainer. Yeah. So
your mom.
My mom. My stepdad actually. My mom got married eventually, and I was stepfather. He actually owns a business, kind of like remodeling homes, and I've always thought like there's like so much you could do if you owned your own business, and so I knew that I wanted to do something entrepreneurial where I could like edit videos and do stuff, and so I thought of maybe starting like a training program. So I'm like, oh, I'll start like an online training program. So it was going to be called Bella Fit, and so. And
where does Bella come from?
It just.
Where does that name come from?
Honestly, it just sounded catchy to me, and I kind of wanted to do something with like. This is gonna sound dumb, but my favorite like Disney movie growing up is Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
And so I wanted to do something with like Beauty and the Beast, but I'm Hispanic, so not Beauty, Bella, you know.
Bella, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I wanted to do something along those lines.
I get
if
it.
that makes sense.
Well, yeah. So bar is obviously.
Like the bar from the gym, and then Bella.
Oh, I thought.
Oh.
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Only on the weekends.
Only on the weekends. Okay, so that makes sense. Bar is obviously fitness,
Yeah,
and then
fitness.
Bella.
And then Bella.
Beauty.
Beauty, yeah.
Okay.
And so, I thought about doing an online coaching service, and so I started looking into that, and then I made a clothing line to go along with it, and I didn't realize how much dedication you would need to put into an online coaching service. Like people who personal train people, especially online, they work a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even online. Even through
online.
text. I know there's
Yes.
a lot of online texters.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's so demanding because I have actually done like network marketing in fitness.
Yeah.
And I know how demanding it could be just to work with one person, you know, and help them see results and help them see goals.
And so there was a couple people that I coached completely free, just like coworkers and friends, and that alone, like I felt like, wow, I don't think I could do this like as a business. It would be crazy. And so I just kind of decided.
So you were testing. You were kind of testing.
I was
with your
kind of
friends
testing with my friends, and they got great results. Like I totally coached them totally for free. But then I thought, okay, maybe I can just go with the apparel because I really wanted to inspire people to stay healthy. And I feel like. Not that men are more inclined to go to the gym, but for a woman to go and get into the gym and feel comfortable and really like go at it without worrying about like outside factors.
Creepers?
Like, creepers. It takes a lot. There's a lot of reasons, like whether like women, like for example, they're moms, they can't leave the kids,
Right.
or like they just don't feel comfortable in the gym. There's a lot of reasons that women will come up with that are valid points to not go to the gym. But I wanted to inspire more women to get into the gym and get fit and stay healthy. And so I thought a fitness apparel line would be great,
Yeah.
If women feel good in what they're wearing, they'll go to the gym and actually work out.
Was this some sort of problem that you were feeling yourself going to the gym?
You don't feel it anymore, but I did feel uncomfortable when I was a teenager going to the gym.
Really?
It was really intimidating and awkward to seem like, especially when I was like 17, 16.
Well, you're there since you were 14.
Yeah,
That's insane.
and I would actually go by myself sometimes too, and I would see, like, of course, these big buff dudes,
Yeah.
like just jacked, and I'm like this skinny little teenager, like.
Yeah.
So a little intimidated. I got over it pretty quickly, but I do have girlfriends that don't like to actually go to the gym by themselves. They actually like, Christina, do you want to go to the gym? Are you off? Like, they won't go by themselves. I have girlfriends that are either they have to have like their boyfriend with them, or they want
gym partner.
like a gym partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never liked working out with people.
Me neither. Like, I feel like it's distracting. Like, I'll go with my chick friends if they want to go, and I know they're not going to go unless, like, I go. But I prefer to work out by myself. I kind of put my earphones on and, like, zone out. And then it's just, like, my time, and I just, like, beast it out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, huh? So, you tried the training, the coach, and being a coach and helping your friends, and you saw the results, but it wasn't really in you. It wasn't, that passion wasn't really there.
The passion wasn't there. And I really liked designing clothing. When I was coming up with the apparel line to go with online coaching, it's a process. You have to find people who make the clothing, and I found people overseas, and then you communicate with them. Like, I would have Skype conversations, and they would send me samples. And so I really got into that. Like, that was so much fun. And I was like, man, this is awesome. And some of the samples I got were, like, really bad. But the ones I got that were legit, I was like, wow, like, this could, like, people would, like, love to wear this. And the items that I was getting were different than what I could find, like, in the store.
Right, right.
As far as how they fit and stuff.
That's cool. So, you kind of took your focus and went 100%
Towards the apparel line,
into the apparel line. So what was your first month like? Kind of starting off, once you saw a bunch of mock-ups and saw a lot of product coming in and kind of decided, okay, this is the one I'm going to go with. What was that next step like for you?
It was wild. That's all I gotta say. It was wild. So, during the time that I decided to do all this, and I don't know, I'm very much like that type of person. Like, I'm an all or nothing. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. And, like, nothing can change my mind, And so, at the time, I had an issue at my apartment with mold, and so I had to move out, and I moved into my mom's house. And so I told my mom, so, how are these leggings coming from China? Can I use your office? And she's like, yeah, of course, Mija, like, whatever,
Yeah.
And so, like, it was a ton of leggings. Like, it turned into, like, a little warehouse in my mom's office.
You had a little sweatshop going.
Exactly. And so I didn't know exactly how to do it. I was like, I am new to the business world. I don't have a background in business. I have no idea about taxes, nothing. I had to learn absolutely everything from scratch without a degree. I have my multimedia background.
You got a degree in something completely
like
different,
nursing and multimedia. So I can take pictures of the stuff, like, we'll get that, but when it came to business, I had no idea. So, yeah, I ordered a bunch of leggings, and we were actually storing them in my mom's office, like leggings, t-shirts, crop tops, like all this stuff. And so I was actually mailing everything out to my customers.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Like, it was going good. I launched in October 2017. And then I decided, maybe I could send this to, like, a YouTuber, like a fitness YouTuber, somebody who has a good relationship with their followers and can give some honest feedback on this product. And so I sent it to a girl named Hope. She's out actually in Montana, and she's super sweet.
I love Montana.
Yeah.
I know some people that I met in Florida are from Montana, and they're so nice and cool.
Yeah, she's super nice, super down to earth, really cool girl. And she actually loved the leggings. She loved the leggings. She loved everything that I sent her.
Now, YouTubers or somebody with an influence like her, does she usually get products like that she has to kind of test or give her honest opinion on, or is this something that she just gave you a shout out because she knows you?
No, I sent it to her and I told her, you know what, this is gonna be like a gift from me to you. If you want to talk about it in a video, great. If you end up hating it, you don't have to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Don't talk about it if you don't, you don't like it. Don't say anything.
But it's something that I had an idea from. I did YouTube videos in my early 20s. And I did makeup YouTube videos, and
that's actually how we met.
That's how we met.
We were talking right now. We've never face to face met, but we've probably been following each other for like the last 8 years. Maybe.
Yeah,
it's
a
insane.
long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of my first jobs that I had was a makeup artist, and so I started doing makeup videos, and different cosmetic companies would email me and send me stuff, and it was not like a dishonest thing, like, oh, please talk about my product.
Right.
It was like here's my
if you
product.
like it, cool.
If you like it, use it in a video, and that's like a way to advertise.
Absolutely.
And a lot of entrepreneurs don't know this, but like I think a lot of the old school ways of advertising, like in newspapers and magazines, it's kind of not out the window, but it's just changed.
Attention's changed.
Yeah. People are on social media. People are using their phones. People are on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people build like relationships with people, and they're more likely to buy something that what their favorite YouTuber or their favorite Instagrammer suggests than something that they see in a magazine. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
it's basically like your best friend telling you something because you trust this person on YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so she ended up loving the leggings, and she featured them. I think in one of her, what is it called on YouTube when you have like the little photo that's like a preview of the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually has.
What is it?
Thumbnail. And the YouTube thumbnail, she actually has my leggings on.
That's badass.
And so I was like, what? I did not expect her to have that reaction. I was nervous that she wasn't going to like them, even though I really liked them just because they're different. They're more of like the main legging that I came out with was more of a thicker material, so when you bend over, you won't see through them. And they feel really comfortable and compression-y, so you get like a really good support when you're working out. So they don't slide down, they don't move. But she ended up loving them, and she shouted them out, and then it just kind of grew like crazy.
That's insane.
But during this time, it was just me, and I had a little sweatshop at my mom's house.
So you were just running this out of your mom's house, and you just reached out. Before you did reach out to this YouTuber, what were sales like for you, or what was exposure like for you?
It was okay. It was kind of slow. I probably had built maybe like 50 to 80 customers. After she shouted me out, it like went up to like 1,000.
Holy shit.
Now
from a shout out.
From a shout out.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so I was packing leggings. Like there was one day that I had to go into work, and like I was up for like 24 hours, like just packing leggings, just trying to get them out. And then we had like huge trash bags, and we were going to the post office with them. Now I have like a way better system. I don't have like a sweatshop in my apartment. I have
everybody at FedEx is like, who is this girl?
Like, what is this? Like, what is she doing? She's sending like 100 packages. But yeah, that's how it was when I first started. But then I learned that you can actually have like, you know, warehouses, and they can, you know, ship them from the manufacturer. You don't have to have the product. You don't have to have the product on hand. So I learned, and so it's a lot easier to ship things now. But that's how it started, and that's like it grew really quickly. And October 2017 to now is like not even a year. So
yeah, you're approaching a year.
Yeah, we're approaching a year.
October is my birthday month.
Oh, so nice.
It's coming up.
Exciting.
Medium and shirt. 10.5 inches.
I'll get you a Barbella crop top.
There you go. Actually, when you were talking about, you know, the leggings and the you know how they work, and you know when they bend down they don't slide down.
Yeah.
I actually was playing something in my head. I was like, why can I relate to that? And it's because of baseball in city leagues. We'll wear spandex, sliding short spandex.
Yeah.
And they slide down. So I'm like walking around pitching, and I'm like pulling up my spandex because they're like sliding down to my knees.
Exactly.
It's super uncomfortable.
And it's the same thing with like women's yoga pants, and you know, not to hate on the big brands, but like I own like Nike Pros and some Reebok stuff, but I don't know if it's a spandex material or what, but like it's really awkward when your leggings are sliding down and you have to like constantly pulling them up. So that was something I wanted to like solve, and so those leggings don't do that.
Yeah. So you mentioned, you know, one of the biggest, I guess, turning points for your business was a shout out.
A shout out.
A shout out on YouTube. And for me, just hearing that, that's like it's alarming to me, and I feel like it shouldn't be. Like why am I so shocked? But I just never thought to go after YouTube influencers or people of influence like that on YouTube, you know?
Yeah.
It's always been like, oh, well, who's big on Instagram or Facebook?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think YouTube is super underutilized. As far as marketing, I mean, what kind of world do you think we live in right now? As far as the capabilities that we have for somebody like you that wants to build a brand or build your business.
If I could tell anybody who wants to start a business, I'd say just go for it. There's so many different things you could do. Another thing like entrepreneurial that I'm doing and I'm gonna launch soon is I wrote a book, and that's like a whole nother world in itself.
We know. We're writing a book too.
Yeah, launching a book on Kindle, like that's an entrepreneurial thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And that's a great way if you're creative to like express yourself and kind of like
Definitely.
write about what you want to write about. But as far as marketing is concerned, I think it's all pretty much online. Like when you are scrolling through Instagram, you know, if you see something like a cool pair of shoes, you're more likely to go and look at them and like, oh, I wonder where those shoes are from.
Right.
And if you're just like an advertisement driving by on a billboard, you know,
you're not likely to write down
Yeah.
the phone number, memorize it, or
Yeah.
text that message text to that
Exactly.
number. Like you're
Yeah.
driving.
You're driving. And like 20 years ago, like honestly, when I was a kid, that's where advertising was. It was like in magazines and
Right.
like on paper.
Yeah, you'd go to the back of the magazine. Just
Yeah,
like,
to
okay,
see, like-
what is there for sale? Like,
Yeah, from a skin.
what cool
Yeah.
stuff- yeah.
But now I feel like everything's online, and I feel like a lot of people are on YouTube, and that's where the direction it's going. I have younger cousins that are in their teens, and they don't watch a lot of shows on TV. They watch YouTubers.
It's all YouTube.
They
yeah.
they want to go to VidCon. They don't care about
Yeah.
like the shows. Yeah.
It's
And so
insane.
it's insane.
It's where the attention's at, definitely. I think that's
Yeah.
something that we figured out too. And that's why we have the podcast and the vlog and all the content that we do, because not only is it on TV, you know, I think the attention has shied away big time from that. And it's true, everybody's on their phone. And I think it's so crazy just to kind of pay attention to numbers and pay attention to the way society is right now. That attention span's going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's freaking like for you to really reach out to people, you really have to play it smart and really market right.
Yes,
I think, you know,
exactly.
because in reality, I think it's really the first 3 seconds that you have of somebody's attention before they just continue to swipe.
They scroll to someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because I'm a scroller.
I'm a
and
scroller too.
I've noticed that. You have 3 seconds to impress me, or I'm scrolling up.
Yeah.
You know, so
to follow.
yeah, it's definitely crazy. So talk to me about the business. You started the business. You got the shout out. Business started booming. What products? What are you carrying right now? And what are some of the products that you started with, and now you kind of evolved to, or kind of going towards?
So we started with simple, like just crop tops, caps, and leggings. We still carry those same original leggings. They're called the Christine leggings, which kind of like my name, but a little different. I'm not
It's
very.
kinda like her
when
name.
it comes to that, I need to get more creative. Okay, and I've grown to try and make creative names. Like recently, I've been asking for like color waves. I've been asking Instagram to help me choose color names, and that's actually been helping a lot.
Like your audience? Honestly?
My audience,
Like
yeah.
polls?
Polls.
I love polls.
I love polls. Yeah.
I love Instagram.
I love
Instagram's the shit.
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram's awesome.
Yeah.
But now we have caps, we have beanies, we have backpacks, we have socks, leggings, shorts.
So you've really kind of been a well-rounded,
Yeah.
athletic. What did you start with?
We started just with literally leggings and crop tops. And
Can you
it
have
was,
some examples here?
yeah, these are
Some
actually
shorts.
some of the shorts that we started with. Before we only had
I'm gonna try them on. You brought the color that I requested. which is
exactly
good.
pink. Funny is like you asked me like, hey, did you bring any clothing? I didn't bring anything. I don't know why. I thought, okay, I'm just gonna show up. I should have brought clothing.
That was my fault. I should have told you way earlier. I told you literally an hour before. I was like, hey,
Bring
do you
clothing.
have some product with you? Bring it.
It just so happened that I'm really open with like exchanges and stuff. So my customer sent this back to me, told me they're too small. I'm like, okay, cool. Like send them back to me, and then I'll send you a different size. So these are some of the shorts that we have. These are small. You know, they look like super tiny. They would not fit me.
I'm not gonna wear them, but I'm a materials guy,
Yeah,
and this is so dope.
they're super slick,
Yeah, this is cool.
super comfy. Something I don't
Give
like
it a
with
feel.
give it here's my
y'all
feel.
give it a feel.
One for my wife.
For Violet, yeah, there you go.
And then
They're
we have,
hitting the gym right now. Him and
oh
his
really?
wife.
maybe you guys could wear my shorts.
You
Or just your
and-
wife.
You and your wife.
A little weird. These come in a whole bunch of different colors. So
That's
this
cool.
is another one.
I like maroon.
Maroon. Come in black, and then this gray, and then nude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So this client,
Yeah, she
small
was
was too.
small was too tight for her, so I have to actually send her a medium.
That's cool.
And so every now and then I'll check my PO box, and this was in there. So and I checked my PO box for coming here, and I was like, wait, I have shorts.
Nice.
So it just kind of worked out.
That's good. That's
So,
good.
yeah.
So what inspires you? What is the inspiration behind the clothing and the type of designs that you're picking? Obviously, you said you have always been interested in designing.
Yeah, like for me, I'm wearing jeans today, but normally I just wear like yoga pants or scrubs, or like I'm going to work. And so I live in athletic apparel. So for me,
That's
it
cool.
just kind of works out.
I wish I could show houses in like some
I've gone to
dry
work.
fit shorts.
Like I've gone to work. I recently had to go drop something off my boss, and I was wearing leggings, and she was like, "Did you go to the gym?" I was like, "Yeah." But like I wear them everywhere. It's either
Yeah.
scrubs or so I'm always really comfortable. I don't own like a blazer or anything like that.
Looking fancy.
No, I don't. I could not work an 8 to 5. I don't think I'm not that type of person. I love nursing, I love healthcare, and I love fitness. But yeah, no, I actually try on everything before I launch it and before I, offer it to my customers. I wear it myself and see how I like it. So if I don't like it, or if there's something off about it, I don't launch it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to like it enough to sell it, right? And
Exactly.
Put it in
Yeah.
people's hands.
That's how what I live by. So any entrepreneurs, but you have to really believe in your product.
Definitely.
Yeah, and you have to love your product yourself.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be not terrible selling something that's unauthentic or lie.
Yeah, and I think that comes down to kind of morals too.
Yeah.
What kind of business do you want to run?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, just like what you just said right now, you love what you do.
Yeah.
You love being in healthcare. You love the apparel. You love the grind of it.
I do love the
And I think
grind.
you really have to
Yeah.
especially you that you have 2 jobs and then you're on call for another job.
Yeah.
For you to run the business and be successful in it, it really does take some time, So, what
Yeah.
kind of sacrifices have you made or have you been making, Because I feel like there's a real fine line, and I'm even seeing it too, with
Yeah.
myself, you have to have that work balance.
You do,
know?
yeah.
And it sounds like you really have some busy days.
I do.
Yeah, so
Um,
so what is that like for you, being an entrepreneur? What is that sacrifice like for you?
At first, I was like, okay, I want to grow a business. I want it to, do really well. I want to inspire people. And it was a lot of work. But once I kind of took some time to organize. And as the business grew, I was able to bring people on. So I do have my friend Judith, which I think you know her. She does my social media.
Judith.
That was Judith Munoz.
I'm
She has,
horrible
red
with
hair.
names.
But anyway,
Pull her up.
Pull her up on
I was like, I
Instagram.
give her my phone. Where's my phone?
but
I'll pull it up right now.
yeah, she does my social media. That took away a ton of the work, just on social media alone, posting every day and kind of keeping relevant with it.
100%.
And especially for my Barbella Apparel page, that was a lot.
Because content's so important, and consistency
It is.
too.
Consistency, because people forget about you if you don't post.
Yeah, and that's literally I just went to a training in Miami with Grant Cardone. I don't know if you know Grant Cardone. No? You should follow him. He's badass. And he said that, right now it's who has the most attention, and if you don't have that attention, you're going to get forgotten.
Yeah.
And you could be doing good right now, but if you don't have the attention and the attention's not on you, then it's only a time. It's only a competition of time now,
Pretty
you're
much.
gonna get forgotten. So.
Exactly. And so she helps me now with social media, and that's awesome. So now I have that. Like I said, I figured out the whole thing with the leggings and having them shipped from the manufacturer to the customer. So
Saves so much time, right?
That cuts out everything. And so before I was sacrificing at least one of my days off, which luckily with the nature of my full-time job, I do have 3 days on, 4 days off most weeks, unless I pick up extra shifts.
So I could give some days.
Yeah, but now it only takes like today I worked on orders for maybe an hour or 2, and that was it.
That's good.
Yeah, and then when I need to do a photo shoot or something, I do all my photos for my site, So like those skills came in handy. I do all the photography.
All your media.
All the media. Background.
You kind of utilized it towards
Yeah,
your entrepreneurial.
I built the site from like the ground up. So like it's not my work. But when I need to switch photos out and stuff, I mean, it takes just a couple of hours. Photo shoots might take a day, but it's only once in a while when we have new products.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
So yeah,
that's good that you're dabbling in everything. You're not having to pay people, because that's one thing that I'm sure is helping you.
Exactly.
Not blow so much freaking money.
Exactly. And people ask me like, who does your photography? I'm like, I do it, and it's not that hard. Like, sounds terrible. Like, not to.
It's time consuming.
It's time consuming.
Yeah.
But not to demean any photographers, but like watch a few YouTube videos. Like teach yourself how to do things, especially if you're starting a business from scratch. Like that'll save you so much money.
Yeah.
And it really did.
YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Where tuition is free.
Yeah.
It's a search away.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want to learn? Yeah, that's crazy. What were some of the biggest struggles that you faced building or starting up Barbella?
I think starting up for me was definitely ordering samples. I communicate through Alibaba. That's how I found the manufacturers I found, which is like a big content thing now. People who start up like Amazon stores or any type of entrepreneurial thing online typically find suppliers from Alibaba. But there's
Alibaba is a.
It's like a online website.
Oh, it sounds like a guy I should know. Who is this guy?
No, but they have manufacturers from China, India, different places, different cities across the seas, and even people from the U.S. who manufacture different products. And that's how I found people who manufactured and made, activewear and had different types of fabrics. But I definitely got scammed. Yeah, a couple times.
What happened?
There was one time where I was like, okay, I'm gonna order the sample of these leggings. This guy charged me $100 for the sample, which he told me if I liked the product, it could go towards
your purchase.
My purchase. And so he never sent me the leggings. And I think I still have like a dispute on Alibaba open with him, but you have to be careful because there's some people that are on there and they are scammers, and it's kind of like not sketchy, but you just have to do your research.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And look at reviews.
Look at reviews and look and see if they actually have like a building in the country they say that they're in, and they're not just like a profile that they made really quick.
So you would say doing your research.
Do your research, yeah. Do your research. That's one thing that happened to me. I think that was like the second sample purchase that I made. I lost $100.
How many samples did you have to go through before you found the one?
For me, before I selected the first pair of leggings, probably about 11.
11?
11.
Were they all $100?
No.
It's $2,400.
No, some of them were like $50. Some of them were 20. Some of them were free. So some people sent like fabric samples for free, and I chose from there. And that's actually how I had my leggings made. Probably spent $300 to $400 on samples.
Wow.
Which is not bad, considering that that's how I created. Created the product.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What would you say are some struggles that you're still kind of going through right now? You're 7 months in. It's still pretty early,
Right.
Especially for you seeing the growth that you're seeing.
Right. So for me, one of the struggles I'm having is like customers returning things and not being satisfied. I'm trying to figure out, because it does happen. It happens, I think, with every apparel brand. Every now and then I'll get, not an exchange, but someone who genuinely didn't like the product. And so I'm trying to figure out like how to satisfy not only their needs, but everyone's needs, and whatever they're taking like their feedback and their criticism and trying to like apply it so I can change the product. So those very first leggings, I didn't get a lot of returns, but I got a couple, and they told me that one of the issues people were finding is after a few washes, the logo was cracking. And so I was like, oh no. So I went in and tried to like fix the logo. Turns out that the logo was not fixable because the texture of the leggings, which I wish I had them so I could show them to you, but they're compression, but they're also really stretchy. So any logo, no matter what, will just eventually with a couple washes will stretch out with time and crack. So we removed the logo, and people love them now. Like, people are very happy.
Was that something kind of hard for you to do? Because I'm sure designing it, you're like, oh, the logo should go here.
The logo should go here. For me, it was really hard. I was like, man, like, what do I do? Should I just remove the logo? And I decided, it's probably best just to remove the logo because of the fabric. Like, it's going to continue to crack.
And not only that, but that's what the customer
That's what the customers wanted.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like working and kind of like taking their feedback still, because I'm still very small. It has grown very fast for a business that hasn't been open for a year. It hasn't been a year. It'll be a year in October. I have over 2,000 different customers, which is still kind of small. But I try to take their feedback just so I can grow it more. If that makes sense. I think I want people to stay loyal to me.
100%. And are you seeing a lot of return clients?
Yeah, a lot of my customers are repeat customers. They've already had like 3 or 4 orders before, and then I come out with something new, and then they want to try it, and so they order it, which is really exciting. Yeah.
So who are your clients? Where are they from, and what type of women are they?
You know what? They're all different types of women, and that's what's so exciting to me. I've had orders from Canada. I've had orders from Greece.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've had orders from
You're
France.
International now.
Yeah, like all over the world. It's crazy. A lot of local people, though, people from El Paso, which is nice to have local people supporting me. It's always nice to feel like, home supporting me. But all over the world, and different people from different walks of life, different fitness levels. I recently launched a free fitness challenge so people can win gift cards to my apparel store.
Oh, that's cool.
And the girls that are in that fitness challenge, they're also different. Like some of them are in their 40s, some of them are in their 20s. Some of them are very fit, some of them are just getting started, some of them are new moms, people who just had children and want to get their body back into shape. So lots of different people, and it's a free challenge. So it kind of gave me like an insight of what my customers are like, and it's women of like all walks of life, which is exactly what I wanted to appeal to. It's just
that's
like,
awesome.
Help women no matter like if you're like super fit, like NPC bikini competitor, or if you're someone who's just getting started. Like I wanted to appeal to all women.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really awesome. I think it's smart to do that. What have you had any big names or big clients, like IDC or anybody wearing your product?
So I've seen a couple of different people on Instagram. I know Cindy Shreds. We did send her initially a pair of leggings, but she has posted several photos wearing my leggings, which is cool. Yeah, and she's local and she is a bikini competitor. Yeah. And I think she recently tried to do like the Sports Illustrated model thing, so she competed in that too, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big things happening in the city, huh?
Yeah, there is. I'm so happy like people are getting out there and going for it. I think there's so much potential in El Paso. Like there's so many talented people. I think that people need to like drop the fear and just go for whatever they want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel you. I think right now El Paso's in the beginning stages of something really great.
Yeah.
And we're really getting put on the map, I feel like, so
I feel so too.
So many entrepreneurs, or so many people that are taking that next level, and I don't feel like we're so close-minded anymore.
Exactly.
Like we've always had a rep to be, so.
Like closed-minded. Yeah, I want to say even like 10 years ago, people didn't want to do stuff, or like people would do something, or like I know when I started my YouTube channel like in 2009. And like I didn't tell anyone about it.
You're scared.
I was like, oh, they're gonna think I'm a freak. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I feel you. I actually started rapping. I used to be a rapper.
I think I remember that.
Oh yeah.
I remember you. I remember that's probably how you followed me. Is because you were like a rapper, and then I did like makeup videos.
Yeah, because you did my makeup one time.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, I remember too. Putting up my first video, I would sit with my MacBook in my room, and you could see like my posters in the back and my hat hanging on the wall, and then I would record. And I remember the first video I ever uploaded, I was like, holy shit, like my rep, when I hit enter, my rep is gonna change. Like I could either be hated, laughed at, like whatever, Yeah. And I got a bunch of good comments, so like people were like messaging me like, I didn't know you did that, that's so cool. And I was like,
yeah, well, that's nice.
Oh my god. Yeah, but it is scary.
It is scary.
Especially back then.
Yeah.
Now everybody wants to be YouTubers and
like Instagrammers and stuff like that, yeah. Which I think is cool. It's good that people go for it now because it's more normalized and it's a cool thing to do, you know? For sure.
Yeah, definitely being more accepted. I feel more accepted even just putting my mug behind the camera every single day. Sometimes I'm like, whoa, I need some filters in this.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Filters. Shout out filters. So talk to me, being that there is a lot of entrepreneurs, there's a lot of people doing some big things here in the city.
Yeah.
What is your competition like? Is there competition, not only from big box names, I'm sure, but is there obviously there's competition anywhere you go.
Yeah.
But how are you kind of staying on top or staying ahead of your competition, doing what you're doing?
The good thing about the nature of owning an apparel brand is that everybody loves clothes, and I feel like people
and we all need to wear clothes, right?
Exactly. Everyone needs to wear clothes because, it's illegal to be nude in the
Sosa.
city. But, in all seriousness, I feel like women tend to not only want to wear, one brand, they like a variety of stuff,
right.
which is great. I know of a few different people, but I don't really know too many people here locally that have just a women's apparel brand. It's mostly men's.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
We had Juice Jerry on, and he started with his men's apparel. See a bunch of guys wearing his clothes too. And
I think that's great. I think that what they're doing is great, and they should continue to do it. And the good thing is there's competition, but I like to think it's friendly competition. Because if people buy from one person, nothing's going to stop them from buying from another person. You're not going to wear the same t-shirt, same pair of leggings every day.
Definitely.
I mean, some people do, but most people won't,
Some people do.
Some people do, but most people won't. Yeah.
No, that's so true. And I think even last podcast, actually episode 15 that just dropped today, Erica Lee Williams, the owner of On Next Sunday, here on the east side, she said it herself, oh shit, what did she say?
Brilliant.
Collaboration over competition. Sorry, I was just trying to make it right. And I think that's huge, especially here in El Paso, that there is so many businesses, local businesses. I think it's super important for us to all support each other, no matter if we're in the same industry.
Exactly.
And that's what I see too, in real estate. Every other realtor, everybody that's a realtor is my competition.
Yeah.
That isn't me, you're my competition.
No.
But at the same time, it's it's so good to find a group of people that you can share information with and grow together with, and even though you're in the same industry, So.
Exactly, because there's millions of people in this world. You know what I mean? There's millions of houses to sell, and there's millions of people who want to buy athletic apparel.
Definitely, yeah.
So that's how I feel about the whole situation. I would love to collaborate if anyone wanted to. I'd be down. FYI. I have had a few different people ask me to collaborate. One of them being an event coordinator, and so we're doing a fashion show this month.
Awesome.
On the 26th. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a few different types of local apparel people, designers, stuff like that. But I'm the only one who has fitness apparel. So it'll be cool. It's going to be at the Radisson Hotel on the 26th. So I think that's a Sunday.
On Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Where can people follow you so that way they can check this out?
They can follow me. You can find me at Barbella Apparel, so Barbella_apparel. And then my personal Instagram is at Christina's Life with 2 E's.
With 2 E's.
I'm not very creative like I said when it comes to names.
No, you're good. So right now you guys are only selling online, right?
Right.
Okay.
So we're strictly online, and I'd actually like to keep it that way. I don't have an interest in opening an actual venue or a business. I thought about doing a pop-up shop type thing when we get bigger.
Raining.
It is raining. It's a good thing.
Yeah, I love rain.
Yeah, for sure.
Dry city. It's gonna be humid tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's gonna suck.
At the fashion show, we're having a mini pop-up shop. So if anybody wants to see some of the stuff that we have or buy anything, they'll have the option to do that there.
That's awesome. What's next for Barbella?
I'm looking into adding different types of clothing. So adding more sports bras, different kinds of leggings. We launched a bunch of new products this month. But yeah, just continue to grow. See where it goes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You definitely have a lot of fun ahead of you. You're 7 months in. It's super early, but
super early, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so exciting because you understand where it's at. You understand how to really build a business and keep it going, and so really excited to hear what you have to accomplish in the next year. That'll be cool to do a follow-up show. Yeah. What if you could go back 5 years, what advice would you have for yourself?
Oh wow, 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was 23. I would have told myself to actually start a business earlier, Because 23, that was 2013. I think
You had wanted to for a while, right?
I had wanted to for a very long time. I think it was a combination of not having the money, and also just being nervous to like lose money on a business. But I would have definitely told myself to just go for it. I was 23. I was still at that time doing YouTube. I don't know if I like lost confidence in myself, or I just kind of like didn't want to do it anymore. But I stopped doing YouTube videos at that age. But I would tell myself, keep doing YouTube videos. Who cares what people think? And start your business and write your book now.
That's badass.
Because I think everything would have grown so much, and I would have had, not like different, but like if I could tell any young person, I would tell them to start their business now or write their book. Whatever they want to do it now.
The best time to plant a tree was 25 years ago.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah.
So, yeah, and now, you said one of the things that was stopping you from actually doing that was maybe money.
Yeah.
Do you think that you need money or need a lot of money to start up a business nowadays?
It just depends on what you want to do, because I wanted to do apparel, and to do apparel well, you have to definitely buy samples and do stuff like that. So for that type of business, yes, you would. But for other types of businesses, I think that you could actually go with no money. I've seen people start, doing all sorts of stuff with as little as $100.
Definitely.
And like books.
I've heard some crazy shit where $100. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, crazy stuff. So depending on what you want to do, you probably, some people don't need any money, but just on the nature of what I wanted to do, I did need a little bit,
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. There does need to be an investment, but I think a lot of people do overanalyze it too, as far as starting a business, and it's the fear, the overcoming that fear of.
I think people kind of look at things when, any goal, like people don't look at their goals. I don't know if it's just like the nature of our society these days. They look at what they have to sacrifice rather than looking at what they have to gain and like what they have to do to get themselves there. And so I think a lot of it's changing your mindset. Like, don't think about, oh man, like I have to go, for example, going to school, getting a degree. Like I'm gonna have to find someone to take care of the kids. I'm gonna have to study. It's gonna be hard. Like don't
do online.
Yeah, right. It's like exactly. Don't look at what you have to sacrifice. Look at what the steps you have to take to get to your goal, and like what you have to gain.
And at the end of the day, like I'm a huge Gary Vee follower, and I love this one message that he says is at the end of the day, they're all just excuses, and nobody gives a shit.
Exactly.
Like honestly, nobody
cares.
gives a shit about why you're not doing it, or
why you're not doing well,
why you don't have money, or nobody really cares. It's really up to you to just okay, I need to do what I need to do, and that's really what it comes down to. So I think overcoming that fear is definitely something that you need to do, and I wish I did that too, like a lot sooner. I wish I was like freaking 21, and we had a 21-year-old last week, and this guy's really built an online business.
That's awesome.
Posting. He's getting paid to post, and on all his social networks that have 900,000, 400,000 followers. And
is it like a meme page, or what does he have?
He has a couple pages. Actually, El Paso's Best is one of his.
That's his?
Yeah.
Wow.
So 90 plus thousand followers. But, being a young entrepreneur nowadays is so... It's like, it's not even surprising anymore. You just hear like people making
19, and
6 figures a year fucking posting stuff. It's like,
it's awesome.
Crazy.
But I like that we have the freedom to do that, and I feel like I'm a true millennial. Like I told you earlier, I could not work an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Like I could not work a traditional job to save life for me. I would be like miserable. But we have these opportunities for people who are creative and don't want to work every day of the week, at an office. You can do stuff like this. It's like amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is that you could do it on your spare time, but going down to it, the sacrifice that it takes scares a lot of people.
Exactly.
It does come down to, especially if you have a full-time job. Not a lot of people have the schedule you have.
Right.
Not to say that you have an easy schedule. You're 3 days on. That's
a
shitload of hours.
Right.
But a lot of people that do have that 8 to 5 go home and chill and hang out, and they're tired because they're doing something that they don't love. First of all. I mean, how tiring is it to do something that you love and get the samples and test? It's not tiring. It's exciting for you.
Exciting, yeah.
Just like it is for me to do the podcast and to do real estate and do everything that I'm doing. It's like people tell me like, shit, dude, like, do you ever sleep? And I actually don't. Like, it's fucking crazy. You can probably see right here, but I just like, I have so much energy all the time that I'm just like,
I don't sleep very much either. And people ask me, do you sleep? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like I do, but not a lot.
Yeah, like I love it. And that's why I do work 7 days a week. And that's why I had to come to a point where I was like, give yourself a damn day off, bro. Like, it's not all about work, because it is about that balance too. But there is a lot more sacrifice that comes down to building a business that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are just scared of. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like, just go for it. Just do
go
it.
for it. Once you have it, it's gonna feel so much better than the sacrifices.
Because you're gonna be 30 one day.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
And if you're 20 sitting right now at home thinking, I want to do this and this and this, 30's gonna come, and you can fuck up so many times in that little time frame.
Yeah.
That, I mean, shit, just start now. Because it's different when you start at 30 and you fuck up till you're 40.
That's a lot more exhausting.
That's a little bit more exhausting for sure, right?
I'm like, I'm not even 30 yet, and like,
but even at that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, some of the best entrepreneurs, most famous people started after 50, 60, 70, you know? So Grey Goose, I think he was the maker of Grey Goose was 78 or something, 70 something.
I have no idea.
I thought you would know.
Grey Goose?
Yeah. Well, he was 70 something years old, you know,
amazing.
And he made Grey Goose. So it's just crazy. I think the amount of excuses that are out there.
Right. I don't feel like you're ever too young or too old to start a business.
True.
There's like kids, literally children, that have like YouTube channels and make money off of it.
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
insane. So
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy world we're living in.
It is. It's awesome.
What advice would you have for that entrepreneur out there that is thinking about starting a business and maybe has that, you know, that one thing that's stopping them, whatever it is?
I would say whatever's stopping you is not more than what you will gain out of it. Because even if let's say you start the business and you fail, like, you'll learn so much more about yourself and about the business world and what it's like to own an online business. Definitely. And then you can start again, you know? Like, just go for it. There's nothing to lose, I don't think, even if you fail.
Do you think online is a little easier?
I really do think online's a lot easier, because let's say you're opening like an in-person business, like a bakery or restaurant. You have to like find, you know, it's everything, like location, you know, and then finding a building that has good plumbing and good lighting, and it's clean and it's safe and it's a safe area.
The presentation's a lot different.
Yeah, the presentation's a lot different. I feel like online, you know, no matter what it is, you can do so much more, and you can be so much more creative.
Definitely.
And also you open up, you know, your customer base online. Like I said, I have customers in France and like all over the place. And so you open up your customer base to not just one area in one city, but to like the whole world.
Yeah.
So even people who own physical businesses, I think, should get online.
100%.
Yeah.
Where do you see the online or technical space going in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think it's gonna grow. I think, honestly, I was just joking with my mom the other day. I was like, eventually we're not even gonna have like grocery stores, because I literally just ordered rice off of Amazon the other day.
Fuck. Yeah, that's crazy.
I ran out of brown rice, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to Walmart, and I just Amazon Primed it.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think where it's headed for me personally is gonna be voice and VR.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Like, it's gonna be to the point where you're gonna order that rice through Alexa.
Yeah.
And just say, hey Alexa, send me some rice and milk through Uber Eats,
Uber Eats
like
or
Uber
whatever,
delivery, whatever. Uber grocery. There's something like that, right?
There is.
There's all this crazy stuff. It's just it's making life easier.
It is.
And I think it's also decreasing the amount of people that need to be taking these roles.
Exactly.
It's kind of fucking scary, honestly.
Yeah, and I think that is scary, because if you think about it, people have jobs and stuff and like all this, but I think everything will shift.
Yeah.
I think people should really start looking into it to catch on and get ahead of the game.
I am. I mean,
I tried. Yeah.
My vision of the future is there's no more realtors. Like, I'm working right now in a job that is going to be extinct in the next 10 to 20 years, just because I feel like it's going to be to a point where you could walk into a realty business, a store, and put on some VR shades and tour yourself the houses and the neighborhood that you want, and then make your own offer.
That's crazy.
Like,
But yeah, that's true.
That it could be like that.
It could be like that.
It's
And
scary.
I'm even scared. Like, I'm going to school to be a nurse practitioner, but we have like for when there's no doctor around, we have this thing called like basically a tech doctor, and he's like in Washington or something like that, and we literally bring a screen up to the patient, and he assesses the patient like through the internet. And so I'm like, eventually, like, we're not even gonna have physicians rounding on
Y'all
patients
gonna
in
be
the
at
hospital.
home like
Yeah,
with
in
a
your
little
house.
joystick doing
Yeah.
operations from home while you're cooking.
Like, I can see that happening. But like the first time that happened, I was like, what? Like, there's no neurologist on board. Like, we have to go and get the little TV. And yeah, so sure enough, some neurologist from like Washington pops up and he's like gonna assess the patient. I'm like, what? This is
crazy.
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Social media is definitely crazy, but it's cool that you, like I said, I mean, you get it and you're really kind of utilizing that, utilizing your background too,
Yeah.
and building your business, and that's cool. I'm really excited to see, you know, in the next 7 months where you
Thank you.
where you go. Hopefully a couple more YouTubers shout you out. Hopefully this gets you some exposure too.
Yeah, hopefully it'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So I love to always end with this question, you know, being that I'm a realtor. What are some of your favorite places here in El Paso? One to eat, one to chill, and one to go out.
So to eat, I'm loyal to L&J's. I love L&J's. It's like a El Paso like tradition.
That is,
and their cinnamon coffee is just kick ass. It's so
Really?
good. Yeah.
I need to try that.
Try their cinnamon coffee and huevos rancheros in the morning
I'm a vegetarian.
together.
Oh,
For real? Well, you can just eat like the
I don't need all
tortilla
the
with the.
good stuff. I can eat some
Okay.
hash brown and some beans.
All right, cool. But yeah, go and get some
Good old
breakfast there.
beans.
I think you can actually, because I have a friend that's vegan, and she ordered that dish with just like the salsa and the tortilla, and it looked pretty good. So maybe you could do that.
Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. We good.
Okay.
We good. I could go anywhere and I could eat. It's just
Okay.
like I'm really ordering off the sides, or I'm like dissecting an order. Like, let me get the chicken fajitas with no chicken type deal.
I getcha.
So I get looked at weird.
So yeah, favorite restaurant for sure. As far as like places in El Paso, I love the Northeast. Still live there. I love the mountains. I love the West Side too. I think that the West Side is starting to look beautiful, and we're starting to get some really cool places that are beautiful to the West Side.
Yeah, a lot of diversity out there. I
Yeah.
think, lately.
Mhm.
You just see a bunch of different types of food too,
Right, like Indian food, Japanese
Yeah.
food, Thai food.
which is good. I mean, I lived
Yeah.
out in Miami, and I just was used to so many. I could try anything in the world.
I can
In
imagine.
that city, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like hopefully, you know,
Hopefully
we're headed
soon.
in that direction.
Yeah.
We need some Cuban coffee. Viejo
Mhm.
coffee actually. Is
Okay, what
So,
else did you
yeah.
ask me? Like
and to go out, do you?
to go out?
So where do you drink your rum and coke?
I like going to. I like Madalam.
Malo?
Madalam is nice. I don't go out to drink a lot though.
No, me neither.
Just with my friends. Like when they invite me out, I'm usually like no, and they're like, "Come on." I'm like, okay.
So West Side.
Yeah.
You like the West
Usually
Side?
the West Side, yeah.
Malolam's fun.
Yeah.
It's always fun. I always find myself at Cincy after though. Alright,
Is that still like a thing?
You haven't gone to Cincy?
No. Since
Yes.
I was like
Cincy's-
21, 22.
What?
Like I felt really sad. I passed by the other day and like some of the bars were like closed down, or it looked like they were.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of new stuff. Actually, Dickie Williams, he owns a lot of bars here in El Paso, and he's really kind of trying to change the Cincy area. But there's a lot of
Nice.
cool bars opening up.
Oh, cool.
A lot of really cool stuff.
Should probably check it out.
Yeah, you should. It's fun. Well, that's one of my favorite spots. But yeah, it's super cool. But Christina, I'm super excited and you know grateful to be blessed with your presence and hear your story. I think it's really awesome just to hear, you know, what you have going on in your life and the fact that you still want more and are pursuing it and really seeing some success right now. I'm really happy for you and excited to see where this goes.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. So again, where can people follow, listening right now and watching, where can they follow you on Instagram, and what is the website also that they can visit to order and check out some of your
Sure.
products?
So if they want to order product, they can check out our Instagram. It's Barbella_apparel. And then the website is super simple, barbella-apparel.com. And then me, it's at Christina's Life with an extra E at the end on
Dope.
everything.
On everything.
On everything, yeah.
MySpace, everything.
MySpace.
Well, cool deal. I appreciate you again for stopping by, and make sure everybody here tuning in. You guys tune in every single Wednesday where we sit down with entrepreneurs and influencers like Christina here and hear their story and their come up. So thank you again. Appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next
Awesome.
time.